Welcome to the U.S. latest news channel. Watch the video to the end to find out the current and breaking news about the Russian war in Ukraine. Zelensky, who stated that they will not remain silent about the attacks carried out by Russia, said that in addition to the regions in which the attacks were carried out, the missile systems deliberately targeted vital points. Explaining that parks and power plants were bombed by Russian forces at this point, Zelensky said that such actions are unacceptable. After President Zelensky, new statements were made by Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal. Shmyhal stated that Russia is carrying out attacks on Ukraine with almost monstrous feelings and said that the main goal is to leave the country without electricity, water, and heat. At this point, Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal, who announced that 11 vital major infrastructure targets of Russia had been hit, also stated that Russian forces had committed a crime against humanity. In addition, the Prime Minister's remarks in front of the presidential office, a few kilometers from where the attack was carried out, also attracted attention. Ukrainian President Zelensky, who continues to broadcast messages of unity and resistance all the time in the face of Russia's attacks, said they want to create panic and chaos. He called out to the people. Zelensky, who is known for asking the people to help restore everything destroyed by maintaining patience, invited everyone to unite. Speaking to all citizens in front of the cameras after the recent Kyiv attack, Volodymyr Zelensky said, "No matter how much they want to create panic and chaos, we will not come to these games. We are Ukrainians. We have to help each other. We never stop believing in each other. As a state, we are making a special effort to restore everything that has been destroyed. Due to attacks on power plants, there may be power outages throughout the country for the time being. But there will never be an interruption in our faith and confidence in victory," he used his statements. It is now known that explosions in many regions of Ukraine occurred around 8:15 a.m. with sirens sounding an hour in advance. At this point, it was known that many areas in the Lviv region, like Kyiv, were damaged and civilians were injured. Lviv Mayor Andriy Sadovyi, who made statements at this point, explained that many power plants were damaged and most regions were exempt from electricity. Lviv Mayor Andriy Sadovyi said on the Telegram platform, due to the lack of electricity, the operation of the city's combined heat and power plants has been temporarily suspended. As a result, there will be no hot water for a while, said. While it is now known that missile attacks are continuing in many regions of Ukraine, especially in Kyiv, new statements were also being made by the Ukrainian authorities. But the eyes were also turned to Russia, which became the target of the attacks. But for the time being, there has been no official statement on what Moscow's target is. In recent months, Russian President Vladimir Putin has denied that his country is deliberately targeting civilians and said that their targets are Ukrainian military superiors. In the latest statements made by Putin, it was stated that the attacks were aimed at energy, military command, and communication facilities located in Ukraine. At this point, millions of people have begun to wait for new steps and statements that will now be taken by Russia. Support for Ukraine by the countries of the European Union continues unabated. Ukrainian servicemen received training in 14 partner countries. It was announced by Oleksiy Hromov, head of the main operational department of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, who made a press release on September 1, 2022, on the YouTube channel of the TV and radio studio of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, the official video center. The Ukrainian state, which has sent its military units to 14 countries, continues to strengthen its expert soldier staff. The soldiers who received the training developed combat skills and at the same time learned to use foreign models of weapons and military equipment. The support of the Ukrainian state by the European Union in this regard has caused it to become quite strong militarily. According to the brigadier, more than 4,000 servicemen of the armed forces of Ukraine have already completed the training. These are more than 2,000 gunners, 500 specialists in the use of multiple rocket launchers and air defense each. About 200 people were trained in the operation and maintenance of anti-tank weapons. About 100 more Ukrainian specialists have mastered the operation and maintenance of radar systems, he said. Considering the release of official figures, it is expected that Ukraine will make a more strategic defense on the Russian flank. The reason for this is that the Ukrainian state now has more professional soldiers. According to the statements made, it is said that they were trained in anti-tank weapons. The training received in weapons that are effective on land is of great importance as a war strategy. When we look at the trainings received, there are not only trainings of weapons that are effective on land. According to the statements, it is confirmed that important trainings have been conducted in air weapons as well as ground weapons. In his remarks on this issue, the EU's High Representative for Foreign and Defense Policy Josep Borrell announced that the European Union and individual member states will continue to provide the necessary military support and larger amounts of assistance to Ukraine. It is expected that in the coming times, the Ukrainian state will send its military personnel to the European Union to become more specialized. The European Union is in unity to support Ukraine, and the member states are ready to continue to support Ukraine as long as necessary, Borrell said. After these statements, it is confirmed that the European Union is constantly providing training to Ukrainian soldiers. In this case, it means that Ukraine will come out against Russia by implementing more strategic war moves every day. Several European Union countries have also announced their support for the idea of establishing a new training mission to strengthen the armed forces of Ukraine. In particular, the Dutch Defense Minister Kees Ollongren said the Netherlands will react very positively to this idea. We are already engaged in training Ukrainian soldiers in Great Britain and in training Panzerhaubitze 2000 with Germany. In addition, we are working with Germany on a new project to train demining specialists. In our opinion, this will be the right step for now. It seems that Germany, which has provided great support to Ukraine by working with the Netherlands, is looking forward to the new educational mission. In connection with the issue, Finnish Defense Minister Antti Kaikkonen also publicly announced that full support will be given to the idea of a training mission. Finnish Defense Minister Antti Kaikkonen also noted that the instructors who will take part in the training are already involved in the military training of Ukrainians stationed in the UK. In line with the statements made by the Finnish state, it has officially announced that it will provide the necessary support to the Ukrainian state in terms of military personnel, with a statement made by Defense Minister Antti Kaikkonen. The Latvian Ministry of Defense also shared with the public that it will support the Ukrainian state in line with official statements. In 2021, it was officially announced that the Archer self-propelled gun, whose tests were reflected in the news topics that it was designed to fight an advanced enemy such as Russia, would be delivered to the armed forces of Ukraine by the Swedish state. According to the claims reflected in the Archer self-reports, it was said that it could open fire on enemy positions in as little as 20 seconds after receiving the coordinates. The Archer self-propelled gun could be used 5 to 7 more times within 2 minutes after the first shot, and then it was stated that it could be moved to a distance of up to half a kilometer from the place where the shots were fired. According to information received from the news, the Russian defense system to determine the position of the loading process of a developed country even Kundagi automated Archer, and stated that she would need to destroy a few minutes. It is expected that the Archer self-propelled gun, which will be provided to the Ukrainian state by the Swedish state, will greatly strengthen the armed forces of Ukraine. The RBS-70 Manpads, which will be provided by the Swedish state to the armed forces of Ukraine, is a Swedish-made short-range air defense system that can be comfortably used by a single military personnel. The RBS-70 Manpads is among the information obtained that it is produced by Saab Bofors Dynamics. December. The RBS-70 Manpads, manufactured by Saab Bofors Dynamics, is known to be designed to be used effectively in all climatic conditions. Sweden has officially announced that it has agreed to provide Ukraine with Archer self-propelled artillery systems and RBS-70 Manpads. In recent months, Swedish Foreign Minister Ann Linde and Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba have met in the Swedish capital Stockholm December. Swedish Prime Minister Magdalena Andersson said that the Russian war in Ukraine had deeply affected everyone. He also said that he condemned Russia for the targeting of civilians. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said that as long as the war continues under heavy attacks from Russia, they will demand more aid and weapons. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video to be informed of the developments at the speed of light.